Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Iron Channel. I'm Steve Shaw, editorial director at TigerFitness.com and Muscle and Brawn Nutrition CEO. Guys, I got a great question today from George. George is an 18-year-old lifter who's been bulking. He feels fat. He feels like he's gained too much weight. But when he cuts, he feels too skinny. He feels like he's losing muscle mass. So I want to address this question. I'll get into it in detail in just a second, so stick around for this. Before I get into the topic, if you have a question for me, check out the link below. Questions come straight to my inbox. The best questions I turn into a video just like this. So let me read George's question. Advice for an 18-year-old. Steve, I love your videos. I need some advice. I'm 18 years old, 5'11", 200 pounds. That's a good weight for 5'11", for natural. The problem is I've gotten pretty fat and I need help. I've been on a long bulk for a while, about 2 years, and I've gained a bit of muscle and strength, which I'm pleased with, but I've also gained way too much body fat. Now I hate myself. Okay, so let me just stop right there. He says he's gained muscle and strength and he's pleased with it. This tells me that when you look in the mirror, George, you see a muscle mass difference, which is a good sign. You can see a visual difference. So I'm pretty confident that you are on the right track with muscle building, what you're doing in the gym. You say, go on to say, I look okay with the shirt on, but when I'm shirtless, I look like shizzle, looks like crap. If I had to guess, I'm around 25% body fat and I need your advice to shred this unwanted fat. I doubt you're at 25% body fat at 200 pounds because that would mean you have a base muscle mass of 150, and that's not a lot of muscle at all for a 5'11" lifter. That is about 40, 45, 50 pounds less than I have, and I doubt your body fat's that low. Not being critical, just being real from my experience in the industry, you're probably more like 18 to 20%. What you're seeing in the mirror isn't a high body fat. It's probably that you need to build even more muscle mass because you're not seeing that good ratio of muscle to fat. Anyway, George goes on to say he's been eating in a 300 to 500 calorie deficit. He finds it difficult to stick to a cut because, quote unquote, I'm always feeling like I'm getting really small and skinny and I end up bulking back up again. What's your advice? Okay, here's the thing, George, and I'm going to talk to you just like I would if I was sitting right in the room. You are getting smaller and skinnier. That's the point. You have to decide, and no one can decide for you what your goals are. Here's the thing. You're 5'11", 200 pounds. You probably have a good quality 10 to 15 pounds of muscle mass to gain. At this point, you've built a decent amount of muscle mass. You can't do an aggressive bulk. That's going to result in more fat loss and muscle gain. After your first year, 2 years of lifting, which you've already put in, and you've seen quality muscle mass gain, if you do an aggressive bulk, you are going to put on some muscle, maybe 5 pounds, maybe 8 pounds in the next year to 2 years, but you're also going to put on a lot of fat and you're going to get worse. So first off, if you bulk, it has to be at a more moderate pace from here on out. The big mistake a lot of naturals make is they bulk aggressively during that first year and 2 years, and they see a lot of muscle mass, muscle mass changes. And they assume that they can continue to bulk like that and continue to see the same results. The problem is during your first year, you're going to gain 15, 16 pounds of muscle. Your second year, it's going to be about half, about 8. Third year, about 4. Fourth year, about 2. It decreases like that. So if you continue to eat the same amount of calories while the muscle mass you're accruing is getting smaller and smaller, and it's getting smaller because physiologically as a natural, you can't continue to gain 16 pounds of mass a year. If it was like that, if the body worked like that, everyone would look like Mr. Olympia after 5 years. It doesn't work like that. Physiologically, you can only get so big. So the closer you get to your natural potential, the more the rate of natural muscle gain slows down. Remember that. The closer you get to your natural potential, the greater the rate of muscle gain naturally slows down. So if you continue to bulk aggressively, you're going to get fat. So know that if you want to bulk. Now, the main issue here is that when you cut, you feel skinny. If you're cutting right, if you're doing a proper cutting diet, which is losing 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds of fat a week, you're not getting skinny, you're losing fat. Skinny is a condition where you don't have enough muscle mass and you lose weight and you look like crap. Now, if you're losing weight, if you're losing fat and you realize you don't have enough muscle, if the problem is you don't have enough muscle, then you need to spend 2 more years adding muscle in a very regulated, tight, lean, clean bulking program. Not an aggressive bulk, but you need to really monitor your calories so you don't go over about 300 maintenance per day. But at the end of the day, no one can decide but you what to do. This is something that's in your head and something you need to fix. Right now, you feel fat and fluffy and crappy with your shirt off, but when you lose weight, you feel skinny and weak and small. This is a battle that's going on internally. There's nothing I can do to help you. This is something you have to deal with. You have to understand in the long run what needs to be done to reach your goals. In the long run, if you're feeling fluffy, and I always tell people that are feeling fluffy or fat, lose the fat. Set that aside. It's bothering you. It's bothering you. Lose the darn fat. Lose it. Cut the fat. Drop 15, 18 pounds of fat. And then when you feel good about having your shirt off, then add the muscle. Look, if you don't lose that fat, you're going to spend the next 5-10 years looking in the mirror or taking your shirt off and going, damn, I'm fat. Damn, I look fluffy. Look, set that burden aside. You need to stop worrying about how skinny you're getting and lose the fat. Because if you don't, it's going to bother you in the long run, 3, 4, 5 years. The cutting diet's only going to last 2 months. So you're only going to feel skinny. You're only going to feel skinny for 2 months. And then you can get back to lifting. Then you can get back to a lean, clean bulk, 200 to 300 calories above maintenance. You'll feel much better. You'll look much better. Problem solved. So guys, hope this video has been of some help. If you have any questions or comments, again, check out the link below. If you've made it this far in this video and have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do. I'd appreciate the support. So guys, as always, thanks for watching. Have a great day.